It's me again. This is a project that I've been working on for, it feels like forever, but I think it's only been like 2 weeks. But it's the longest I've ever spent on a Saber, I think ever. And it was easy in some parts and really, really complicated in some others. But this is a Phoenix Props Kylo Ren V1. Let's put it up closer here so you guys can see the details. And it has the latest Luke functional clip. So this is I actually troop as Kylo Ren for the 501st. So this is gonna be my bell hanger, and I've also made some. I got side blades. I used icicle Christmas lights, sanded them down so they'd fit the 5/8 inch emitters, and then painted them with this red taillight spray paint. And I also have the blade right here. This was made with the spray paint. This is just a custom saber shop blade, um, and hot glue, and then coated with that spray paint. And it feels cool. I did another one that was really sticky, but I think the paint kind of coats it. The emitter flares up a bit, and that's how much blade depth there is on this. On all Phoenix Props V1s, they all have this blade depth because the LED. You can't see it. I've got this cool blade plug too from. You can't really see it. Kind of see it. Let's see. You can't see. I'm still waiting on the side emitter blade plugs, but it's from Shapeways. It's the guy. I believe it's the guy that designed the hilt for this for Phoenix Props. And originally was a 3D printed one, but actually I did this paint job myself, and I think for you know this isn't airbrushing. This isn't anything like that. Um, and I know it's not super duper accurate to the Force Awakens. I was kind of going by what I've seen so far for the Last Jedi. Like, it's not the colors aren't as accentuated there. It's just it goes from a black and it fades to lighter, like grayish, and then to the silver, and then same thing on this side. I like that more, I think. But yeah, this was a I spent a lot of time working on this. I did one paint job and I didn't like how it looked, so I stripped the whole paint and then redid it. And then I painted this actually using shoe polish. I saw another guy video that did a toy one, and it's great. It feels great. The finish isn't like super glossy. It's like a satin finish, which is what I was going for. And then this is running a main. I don't even remember. It's a Tri Cree, but it's a red orange, deep red, white. Kylo Ren's lightsaber, from what I've seen, when I've talked to other guys that troop as Kylo Ren for the 501st, they don't think it's the same shade of red as everybody else. And it isn't just because of the unstableness. It's a different shade of red completely. It has a hint of orange in there, and I think it's to do with that. But it's only the main blade. The side blades are that same traditional red. um, so that's why I did the mixture of it, and I really liked how it turned out. The side ones, I wanted to do single crease, but the way that the single crease work, the heat sinks that come with the V1 have the center hole, and there was no way that I was gonna be able to do that. So I did the ParaLED Tri Crees from Saber Army KR Sabers, and it was just less that I had to wire. I wasn't gonna use the white because I'm not doing flash on clash on the side blades because that doesn't make any sense. Um, and so it's just two deep reds, and yeah. But I've got a Prizm 5.1. This is my first crossguard saber ever. I did the Black Series Kylo Ren, but I used the LEDs that came in there already, so it wasn't as complicated. And I didn't change the board or anything. I just converted the main LED, and that one was complicated too, but it wasn't as complicated as this one because this is a full chassis, recharge port, speaker, painting it and then making everything fit and then getting the right screws because it didn't come with the screws. I bought the second hand, but it didn't come with the screws that I needed to finish it all up. So just that was like, oh, I bought wrong screws. I had to buy more. Custom Saber Shop didn't have specifically the ones that I needed, so I had to I had these other sabers lying around that I took those screws and I'll have to get replacements for those. But because of it's for these, and like I messed up the blue wire, so I had to get my own. The red wire, it was really complex. I messed up the switches. I had to get more. I had 200, and I think I used like 10 of them from there. So this is probably the most complicated build I've ever done, for sure. Um, I'm excited for the core band one coming up soon. So we'll see if that one's any easier for me. This is like my first time doing it, so obviously it was gonna be hard, but um, it was a fun build, and it was fun to do it. I'm gonna take out the blade plug from here real quick. I tighten that so that way I can throw the main blade. People have already pointed out how well designed this hilt is, and it is. The issues that I had were issues that it was just me with my inexperience. Um, you know, and like I said, I'm sure this is the blade plug. I drilled a hole because I wanted some of the light to shine through, but I guess it's accurate aside from that hole. Let's see. Sorry about that. I got cut off, but yeah. So you can see in there the blade depth. It's like 2 inches. It's either it's just about or a little bit less or a little bit more, but it's this is how deep it goes. That's where the blade will stop. That's pretty deep as far as like compared to my Black Series. I think it was just an inch and a half, something like that. But yeah, this was a fun build. Let me put the side things in. Um, and for me, this is a treat because I had a Black Series. I converted it, and it was successful. But after a while, I don't know what happened, but the motion sensor just stopped working, and so there was no swings and there was no clashes. And what's a lightsaber without any swings or clashes? It's a glowing hum stick. That's all it is. And I was like, I sold that thing, and I was like, I'm gonna wait till the core banth or a really good saber comes out, and I'll get that. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting if it's worth it. There you go. But I really like how these came out. This is the short. I didn't want them super long because I don't think some people had theirs like 6 inches. I'm like, yeah, this is too long. I mean, it's unnecessary, especially if you're gonna be trooping with it. You have to hold that thing the whole time. You can't be like taking it apart mid troop with the gloves. It's gonna be a hassle. You're not gonna be able to. But yeah, the I wanted to wait, and then I pre-ordered like I got two of the Core Band 2.0s, and then I started reaching out to people if they had any Phoenix V1s. I wanted the V2, but I didn't want to pay $1,000 for it. Like it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, and people said that it was a little bit I don't know if it was bigger, but to me, to my hand, this is perfect. This is perfect. I'm 6'1", 6'1.5", 6'2", something like that. And in my costume, I'm almost 6'3", and with the gloves on, this is a perfect size for me. Um, so I decided, I'll poke around, see if anyone has a V1 for sale, and Jordan Eugene, he had one available, and he was awesome. He mailed it out to me like within the same week. I got it, and I painted it so I could do a troop, and then I got to work on getting this ready. And let me switch over. The top one is the auxiliary switch, but it's got Shameem's Kylo Ren font, TFA Kylo HD. I'll show you the dark side. And this was fun because I've never done a crossguard before, so figuring out Jordan helped me out a little bit. Jordan Eugene helped me out a little bit with this, and I figured out what I needed to do. But then changing the config file, I'm always super nervous about doing that, and so I figured it out. I got it, and it's like you see, like my face is washed out. It's a nice shade of red, and it's evenly lit. It goes all the way. Well, I guess now that I look at it, not really, but I mean, at night it's gonna look awesome. It's daytime here, you know, but can't even see the flash on flash. Got the blaster bolter flag. Got the lockup. I gotta be careful because like there's little turn it off. There's these little holes at the end of these icicle things, and so the light just goes right through, and it like I got my wife. I pointed at her eye by accident yesterday. She was wearing her glasses, so she said it hurts. I gotta be careful with that, or I gotta like close it up or something. But I think for what it is, it came out great. I think this is my first real crossguard lightsaber. Um, I've done a belt hanger Hasbro toy saber that I painted, but let me grab that real quick just to show you guys in comparison. It's I mean I did that and then I thought it came out okay. It was acceptable because it was just gonna be a belt hanger. It wasn't gonna be anything special, you know, red wire and everything, and it didn't have the pommel cap or anything. I didn't paint this bottom ring red. I had my clip attached. I had one of my old clips attached to here, and it was okay. But like you know, it's just it's fat. It's out of proportion in comparison to you know like I don't know. I think I did a great job. Um, all things considered, you know, and this is I'm gonna troop with this for sure. It's gonna be my Kylo saber. Um, I'm still gonna do the core band. I'm still gonna install it. I'm probably still gonna keep it. So I can do a comparison video for sure. And then I have my second one is already spoken for. A buddy of mine who's also in the 501st and troops as Kylo. He's getting that one. Um, but we'll see. I'll keep one as a spare or as a display model. But just one more time, look at that. It just looks awesome. Yeah, you can't even see the flash on flash. But this was a fun build. It was a challenging build for sure, and I think it was totally worth the hassle at the end of it. But like I said, guys, stay tuned. I've got from the core band run, I got two Kylos and a Luke, and I'll probably be doing that Luke in V2 config. Um, so I'll weather it up. I'll do my shoe polish thing, and it worked great. Once you coat it, um, I scraped some of it up to get the weathering there, you know. And once you coat it a couple times, I did a flat top coat layer, and then I did a satin top coat layer, and I did that one a couple times. I did one more flat, and then one more satin on top of that, and I think the finish is nice. I got the pommel. I weathered it just a little bit. I just quickly rubbed it on there. And to be clear, the shoe polish was not with the brush that comes with it. It was with a paintbrush, and it was a very brittle paintbrush because it creates these brush textures. You know, it doesn't. It's not consistent all the way around. And that's what I wanted, and it was great. And I'll do the Corbanth one like that too. Probably. I'm probably gonna get one if not both, um, weathered. Like he's gonna be doing an anodizing, I believe. So I'll do one or two of them that way, and use that as a base, and we'll see how that goes. But I've got those two, and those will be significantly different. Both of them will have a igniter two. The latest one, the one that just came out. That they'll both have that. One of them I have a crystal chamber. I'm not sure yet. Corbanth is including it, and if I can reuse that, maybe I'll do it. But I'm not 100% sure yet. Like I said, one of them might just end up being a display model for me to have on my collection, and then this one is going to be for trooping and dueling. Because I think I could take it. Like I've been hitting it against stuff, and it's been fine. Like before I installed electronics, I was bashing it, and it was fine. And yeah, so it was definitely a fun build. And then I've got Roman Props Balance V4 on order. And that one's gonna be cool. I think that's gonna be my first hero Luke Saber. Whichever one comes first. If the Corbett comes first, that one's the first one. If not, the Romans is. But I really hope the Romans is, because that one's pretty. Like his iteration of it is really nice. I've seen the pictures and it's a pretty saber. But like I said, guys, stay tuned. I've got a lot more, and then I think in the new year I'm probably gonna start taking commissions um, for installs. Um, Not specifically customization. I'm not that good at paint. I didn't want to pay someone to do it, and I wanted to see if I could, and I think I did great, but I'm not comfortable enough yet for paint. I'm only gonna be doing installs, and what I'll probably do is just have the people buy everything they need for it, and then mail that to me. I'll install it and I'll send it back. That way, we don't have to be waiting for. They don't. I don't have their saber. They're waiting for parts. I'm just installing it and sending it back. So that way, you could have it back within a week. Um, and I think that's going to be easier for me and for the people I take commissions from. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me here. I'm on Facebook or Instagram, Kiefer J on Instagram and Kiefer Jenkins on Facebook. But yeah, stay tuned for more, guys. Thanks for watching.